Hello, lads and lasses. Hey, if you like today's lesson, then please write to the owner of the Houston Texans and ask them to change their name to the Houston Artists and change the logo from a longhorn to the artist palette, as this would really help spread the good word about my class. All right, everybody, we are continuing to work with perspective, and so we are drawing our words in perspective. So today I will show you how to do the letters Vankxyz, Vankxyz. And the reason I'm grouping these letters together, oh, by the way, that's a word that I just made up. But the reason I group these letters together is because they all have diagonal lines in them. So the V, the A, the N, the K, the X, the Y, and the Z. And today I'm going to show you how to draw them, but I'm going to go in alphabetical order. So I think I'll do the A first, and I think the K is next, and then the N, and then the V, and then the XYZ. All right, let's go. All right, we're going to start with the letter A. And again, I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds per step. So when you hear the little beeping in the video, that's just my little timer going off. And so for the letter A, I want you to draw two vertical lines. Then I want you to darken up these two lines, this area right here, the middle line, and then these two little line segments here and here. Darken those up. Then I want you to erase everything else. So you just have these lines, these three little lines. Then I want you to draw dark lines from the outside of this line to the outside of that line, and from the outside of this line to the outside of that line. Then I want you to draw a line from this corner to the inside of this line right here. And then I want you to draw a light line from this corner to the inside of this line right here. Erase those two lines up here. Then I want you to draw two happy lines right here and right there. Once you see your A, right, erase your lines. And once you see the A, darken it up. All right, from this corner and that corner, I want you to draw two happy lines to the happy face on the right. Then I want you to draw a parallel line. Now, a parallel line to the edge of the A. It has to be parallel. A parallel line from that to that. Then I want you to draw a happy line there. And then this line right here, this line right here is parallel to that line right there. And there is your letter A. That's how we draw the letter A. I think the next letter will be K. So for the letter K, draw 2 vertical lines. Then I want you to darken these lines and add a little line right there. Darken this line, darken that line, darken this line, darken that line, and darken this vertical line on the left, and add a little light line right there. All right, erase those lines. And draw 2 diagonal lines from the end of this line to that corner, and from the end of this line to the end of that line. Do the same thing down here, from the end of this line to the end of that line, and from the end of this line to the end of that line. Once you see your K, erase everything that is not a K. Darken up your K. And then from this corner, and that corner, draw 3 happy lines. Draw a parallel line from this line right here. Draw a parallel line right here. Then draw a parallel line from this line to this line. These are parallel lines. Then I want you to draw 2 happy lines here. Then I want you to draw a vertical line, but only draw it here and here. And erase everything else, and there is your letter K in perspective. The letter M starts with 2 vertical lines in the middle. Then I am going to darken the outside lines here. This little line segment, this vertical line, that little line segment, this line segment, this vertical line, and that line segment. Darken those. Then erase this step and erase this line and erase that line. Then I'm going to draw a little line right there. Then I'm going to draw the letter V from this corner to the line up to that corner. I'm going to do the same thing here. This line right here is parallel to that line, and this line right here is parallel to that line. And once you see your letter M, darken it and erase all of your other lines. I want you to draw two happy lines right here. I want you to draw a vertical line right here. Then I want you to draw a happy line here. And a vertical line here. And then a happy line here. And a parallel line here. So this line right here is parallel to that line. Draw a happy line here. And then draw a parallel line here. This line right here is parallel to that line. Next, we're going to move on to the letter N. For the letter N, draw two vertical lines. Darken in the top here and the top here. Darken these two vertical lines on the outsides and darken in the bottom here and here. Erase this little line here. Erase that little line right there. Then I want you to draw a line from this corner to the end of this line. Then I want you to draw a line from the end of here to this corner. Once you see your letter N, I want you to erase all the extra lines. And darken in your N. Draw two happy lines from these two corners, this corner and this corner. Draw two happy lines. Draw a vertical line that is parallel to the outside of the N. Draw a happy line here. Draw a parallel line here that is parallel to this line. Draw a happy line here. Draw a vertical line. Now from this corner, draw a vertical line, and that'll give you this line right here. Once you see your letter N, erase everything else. Our next letter is the letter V. Start with 2 vertical lines. Darken up this little line segment, this little line segment, and this little line segment. Erase everything else. From the outside of this line, draw 2 lines to the outside of this line. From the outsides of this line, draw 2 lines to the outsides of this line. Once you see your V, erase your extra lines and darken it up. Draw 2 happy lines here. Draw a parallel line. Draw a parallel line here. This line right here is parallel to this one. Draw a happy line there. Draw a parallel line here. This line right here is parallel to this line. Once you see your V, darken it all up. W is the next letter. We're going to draw 2 vertical lines for the W. We're going to darken up the outsides. So this little line segment, the outside vertical line here, this little line segment, this little line segment, the vertical line here, and this little line segment. Erase the line here and erase the line here. Draw a vertical line here. Draw a line from this corner to the bottom of the vertical line and from this corner to the bottom of the vertical line. Copy that here. So this line right here is a parallel line to that. This line right here is parallel to this line. When you see your W, erase your extra lines, darken it up and erase your extra lines. Draw 2 happy lines here. Draw a vertical line here. Draw a happy line here. Draw a happy line there. Draw a vertical line here. Draw a happy line here. And draw a happy line, or a parallel line here. So this line right here is parallel to that line. And once you see your W, erase everything else, and there's your W in perspective. The next one we're going to do is the letter X. The letter X starts with 2 vertical lines. Then we're going to darken up these 4 little line segments right here, right here, right here, and right here. We're going to erase everything else. Then I'm going to draw lines from the outside of this line to the outside of that line. Then I'm going to draw lines from the outside of this line to the outside of that line. Once you see your X, erase everything else. Darken up your X. And I want 3 happy lines there. Happy line from this corner, happy line from that corner, and a happy line from that corner. Then this line is parallel to that line. And this line is parallel, this line right here is parallel to that line. I want a happy line there. and a parallel line here. So this parallel line is, all right, this line right here is parallel to this line. I want a happy line here. From this corner, a happy line to the happy face on the right. And then a parallel line. This line right here is parallel to this line. And once you see your X, you can erase everything else. The next letter that we're going to do is the letter Y. Y starts off with two vertical lines. Then I want you to draw a horizontal line in the middle of that Y. Then we're going to darken up this line up here, darken up this line, and darken up this line. And we are going to erase all lines except for these. So that means we're going to erase this one, this one, this one, the outside lines, and these two little lines at the bottom. In fact, I'll do this, all right, to show you which lines we are erasing. Then I'm going to draw two lines going from the outside of this line to the outsides of this line. The one on the outside is going to be dark. The one on the inside is going to be light. And then we'll do the same thing on this other side. From the outsides of this line to the outsides of this line, the inside is going to be light, the outside is going to be dark. And once you see your Y, erase everything else. From this corner, and this corner, draw happy lines. I want a parallel line here. This line right here is parallel to this line. And where it touches here, I'm going to draw a vertical line here. All right, once you see your Y, darken everything up, erase lines, and then draw a happy line here. And then I want to see a happy line here. All right, not a happy line, but a parallel line. So this line right here is parallel to this line. Our final letter is going to be the letter Z. The letter Z starts with a happy line here. A happy line here. I want you to draw two dots here and here. Then I'm going to draw from this dot to this corner and from this corner to this dot. Once you see the letter Z, erase everything else. Darken up your letter Z. Then from these 5 corners, this corner, this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner, draw happy lines. Then I want you to draw a vertical line here, but only draw it here and here. Then I want you to draw a parallel line here. This line right here is parallel to that line. Then I want you to draw a happy line here. Then I want a happy line here. Then, all right, so from this corner right here, we're going to draw a happy line right here. That is the letter Z. All right, that's it for today. And until next time, be a little art factory.